nice little Christmas decoration, and it's really easy to make. So what I'm using is, this is a curtain ring, so you can use something similar, and I'm using a 3.5mm hook, and obviously I'm using red, green and white wool, and I have a few little diamonds to put on at the end. So I'm using American terms, and I'm going to start off with the green wool, and I'm going to take my hook, my little ring, and I'm just going to make a little loop with my wool to start off, just so that it's easier for myself, and hook my crochet hook in like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one chain like that, and now I'm going to go round the hook. So I'm doing like half double crochet, so I'm going to wrap the wool around the hook first, and then go in under and pull it through. And it doesn't matter how many of these you do, as long as you do them in groups of 5. Okay, so for this I'm doing 30. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 29 and 30. So that's 30. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slip stitch to the first stitch like this. Okay. So now I'm going to do fans. So I'm going to start off in the middle of a fan, just because I want this to be one of the fans to be the top of the decoration. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and back into that same stitch I'm going to do 2 double crochet, and that'll be half. And we'll just finish that one off when we come back round to the start, like that. And then what you do is you skip 2 stitches and slip stitch into the 3rd stitch. And then you're going to skip 2 stitches, and into the 3rd stitch along, do 5 double crochet all into the same stitch. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, all into the same stitch. And then what you want to do is skip a stitch and slip stitch into the next stitch, like that. And then the same thing again. You're going to skip 2 stitches, and into the 3rd stitch do 5 double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And again, skip 1 stitch and slip stitch into the next stitch, like that. And you're going to repeat that 2 more times, and then I'll show you how to finish this one that we started at the beginning. Okay, you're actually going to fit 3 more of these fans in. My counting's not great. And when you come back round to the beginning, in the very first fan where you started off the chain 3, just do 2 double crochet into the same area as that 1 and 2, and then slip stitch to the top of the chain 3 that you used at the very start, like this. And I always chain 1, and when I cut my wool like that, I always pull that through, and it just kind of tightens it a bit, and we're going to work that in. So that is the start of it. And now we're going to change to the white wool. So it doesn't really matter where you join the white wool. I'm just going to join it at the top of this here. So the chain 3 one where you slip stitched, the one before it. So I'm just going to pull that wool through, and I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and into that first chain I'm going to slip stitch. Okay, then chain 3 again, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to slip stitch into the chain, the first chain of that chain 3, and I'm going to chain 3 again, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to slip stitch into the first chain of that 3, like so. And then back into the very start, I'm going to do a single crochet, like that. And you have your first little, whatever you want to call that. Now, going to do 1 single crochet right down into the middle of these 2 fans. So just 1 single crochet. I'm going to just carry that green wool across with me while I'm going into each stitch and into the middle of the 2 fans. That wasn't very good, like that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right underneath, right in through the circle, and pull that wool, but not very tight, up like this. And you'll have 2 strands of wool here like this. And then I'm just going to continue on doing a single crochet up the side of the fan. So that's 1, 2, until you get to the middle one, 3. And now we're going to repeat this pattern here. So how we do that, is chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and slip stitch into the first chain. Chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and slip stitch into the first chain. And chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, oopsie-daisies, 3, and slip stitch into the first chain. And then back in, back into where you started that at the top of the fan, do a single crochet. Like that. And then again, continue down the side of the fan, 1, 2, until you get to the center of the 2 fans, do a single crochet, and then back around the center of the ring, and gently and not tightly pull your wool up like this. And again, you'll have 2 pieces, and chain 1 and back into doing your single crochet. And you're going to repeat that pattern the whole way around to the start, where you will slip stitch into the very start. So you're just going to repeat that pattern the whole way around. So I've come back to the end. I'm just going to slip stitch into the beginning of the round like this. And again, just like all rounds, I just chain 1, cut the wool. I'm going to pull that through, and then I'm just going to weave that piece of wool in and out of the back of the pattern. Now what I do is I steam these flat, and then I put hairspray on them because it makes it harder and it keeps them rigid. So now I'm just going to make the little flower that goes in the center here. For the flower, I'm going to start by doing a magic ring. So if you wrap the wool around your 2 fingers like that, and then cross it over like that, and put your hook through the center and pull it round like that. Okay, and then chain 1. Okay, and into the center of that magic ring, I'm going to do 5 single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to pull that tight and slip stitch to the first single crochet. So you've made a tiny little circle like this. Okay, now for the first petal, I'm going to chain 3, 1 double crochet into the same space like that. I'm going to chain 3 and slip stitch back into the same space. For the next petal, I'm going to slip stitch onto the next chain, the next single crochet, and chain 3. I'm just going to get some more wool here. Okay, chain 3 for the second petal, double crochet back into the same space, and chain 3, and slip stitch back in to the same space, and that's your second petal. Okay, and again slip stitch into the third, stitch along, and chain 3, and obviously you're going to do this 5 times and you're going to have 5 petals. Okay, so I just slip stitched back into the beginning of the round, and I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to leave a little length here because I'm going to use this to sew on to the little decoration like this, and you can cut this. Okay, and then you take your decoration, you're going to put your little flower here, you're going to glue on your diamonds into the middle and whatever little decoration you want to put in the middle of your flower, and then you can use a ribbon or something like that to hang it up. And obviously I'm going to weave this in and out of the back of the decoration. So thanks for watching.